Hello, everybody. Back here again for our Idiot's Guide to Working Out. And we are on week 5 wrap up here. And again, same thing, just showing you the readouts after the ellipticals and the treadmills, all that kind of stuff. Most of them are pretty self explanatory. You can see clearly my pace, how far I went, how long it took me to get there, all that good stuff. Like I said before, I really can't show you my workout on like the weight machines kind of stuff. There's just really nothing to show you that there. And pretty much the only reason I guess I'm even showing you these, it just gives me some kind of backdrop to have a video moving around while I'm on here talking. So definitely doesn't really concern anybody. It's just something I do for myself. I don't feel like writing down all my exact readouts of how far I ran or how far I biked that day. So this is just my personal way of keeping track of my final workouts. So definitely something to figure out yourself. Track it however you want to be, whether it be you're videotaping it with your iPod like I am, or whether you're writing it down in a notebook, whatever the heck you want to do. So that right there is definitely a big plus. You need to somehow find a way to track your workouts, regardless of whatever it is. Like I said, write it down on a piece of paper, whatever works for you. I don't care if you carve it in wood, if that's what you're into. Just keep a little record, let yourself know what you're doing. This right here is week 5, like I said, and I did really well. I got to the gym again 6 days this week. I was pretty excited about that. While I was there, I busted my butt. Put in a bunch of extra time on the ellipticals and the bike and the running. Just, I don't know, I'm trying a couple different things. My running, I'm trying some fast running. One of the things I got from the trainer, overhearing talking to other people and kind of asking a few questions. And he's recommending to do some flat out sprint running for like 30 seconds and then step off side of the treadmill, stand there and rest for 30 seconds. Again, you sprint for 30, rest for 30, so on and so forth. And that seems to really be kicking my butt. I mean, my heart rate jumps up like crazy. After the run, the 30 seconds of standing there resting gets it back down a ways, but nowhere near actual resting setting. Jump back on it and kick butt at the run again. So, not really necessarily a big fan of it, but it definitely gets your heart going. I've never really been much what I consider a fast runner, and I still wouldn't consider myself that. But I'm feeling a lot more comfortable at the higher speeds on the treadmill than I ever would have in the past. So something you might want to try. Start out whatever your comfortable run speed is. Some of the experts say you're supposed to run and then walk. If you're outside, run for so far, walk for so far, whatever. On the treadmill, it makes it a lot easier. I have my Gym Boss timer, which I love. I have it hooked up on my shirt right next to my ear, so I can definitely hear it. Not disturbing everybody else in the gym by having it really loud, sitting on the table, nothing like that. It works really good for me. Like I said, you just flat out sprint for 30 seconds. Big thing you want to be careful with that is getting back on the treadmill because you're going from standing still to, depending on how fast you're running, 7.5 to 9 mile an hour, 9.5 mile an hour, whatever the heck it be. I'm starting out at 7.5 run. I've worked myself up to an 8.5 run, hoping to be getting a little faster than that down the road. We'll see, I guess, what next week brings. I'm planning on bumping it up a little bit more. My goal is the last, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 minutes. Every 30 seconds I'm going to run. I'm going to bump it up a tenth of a mile an hour to try and speed myself up, find a little bit faster speed. The other thought I had was just start out 1/10 of a mile an hour faster every time I do my sprint run. And then it will take me longer, but to see if I can make it the full 20 minutes plus whatever the heck it is at that 30 on, 30 off. So definitely, as you can see right there, just went through as a 7:13 pace is clipping right along. That's definitely a pretty fast little running time. And that right there is actually running that for roughly, figure 10 minutes because 30 seconds of that I am definitely walking. So that will, make a big difference on the concept too. When you look at some of those numbers, I didn't run that fast for a full 20 minutes straight. That was like in the 8, I think 8.2, 8.3 range, like that, 8.5, somewhere in there. I'm not running 8.5 for 20 minutes straight. I'm running 8.5 for 30 seconds straight, resting 30 seconds, and then coming back off it again. So that's something that like I said, I'm not a big fan of it per se because it does definitely kick my butt. But like I said, it's a good kick in my butt. So definitely a big fan of that so far. It just, I don't know, it feels good once you get back in the routine of jumping back on the treadmill. I always grab hold of the bars, of course, as I'm getting back on just for safety. put on your safety strap, the little kill switch on the treadmill. If you just fly off there 8-9 mile an hour, you're going to go shooting across the room. You're going to have to stop. You don't want to be laying there having the treadmill chew into your leg, especially if you're at the gym by yourself or if you're at home on your treadmill by yourself. It doesn't take any extra time to hook up that little clip. You're not a wuss for doing it. I do it every time. It's just something safe, something smart to have. So also the thing when it comes to that is just be careful when you're stepping off too. Same thing. You got to hop off the side, make sure you plant your feet well. I also recommend grabbing a hold of the bars as you're jumping off just in case you lose your footing. So other than that, been getting a little workouts in on the machines and stuff. Not nearly as much as I probably should be, but I'm focusing a lot on the